Hey, it's Brian from Bass Player here at NAMM 2013 at the Dunlop MXR booth with our friends Bob Cedro and Daryl Anders. And they've been doing these really cool, focusing on bass pedals in recent years. They have two new ones coming out this year, and the Bass Chorus Deluxe and the Bass Overdrive. So excited to hear them. I'll turn it over. You guys can maybe show us what's up with them.
Great, Brian. Thanks. You know, bass players, thank goodness we have a great stable of bass players and ears and suggestions, and Daryl is definitely instrumental. Thanks, Daryl.
Thank you.
You know, the thing that we always say is, like, bass players love toys too, but you know, they don't want to be turned into guitar players, and some pedals, guitar does work for bass, others don't. But what we try to really nail is that we retain bass in the truer sense of form, so you can still be the low end of the band, or you don't lose your thunder, you know. So we do a couple of things, like for instance, like the blending in some clean on the bass overdrive. We first start out getting a great overdrive sound, but then we have a tone-shaped clean that we mix in that really complements and balances off the fuzz. So you get clarity, low end, yet you get all the sizzle you want. You can go extreme with just that really great, thin, sort of punchy, mid-rangey upper crust overdrive, or you can start to get back your bass sound, and that's all up to you. But you able to get it, which is the important thing. Bass overdrive, 4 very simple controls: drive level of saturation, overall tone of your saturated signal, overall volume, and then your blend, which is that tonally modified clean, which brings everything right back in spec as far as bass. So Daryl, why don't you give us a little sound?
Okay.
That's straight into the amp. The bass has the clarity when I turn this up, and it gets a little more classic overdrive when I turn this down. So you can really get a wide range of sounds out of this. Bass Overdrive from MXR, Bass Innovations. So moving along, the Bass Chorus Deluxe did the same sort of thing. Fairly familiar controls. We got intensity, rate, which is the rate of the modulated chorus, and the width, which is the range of the pitch shift of the chorus. But also we have a bass and treble. And with the bass, what we actually did is take in the middle position of the bass control, we've actually taken some bass out of the wet side already, starting right off the gate. You can add it in if you want to for flat response, but right off the bat, you're already at an advantage for a bass player. So the bass is going to be fatter. We also have this a crossover button, which actually puts in controls 2 filters. It adds dry bass, and it also cuts significantly the bass, the low end, out of the processed sound. So you get a real great low string register clarity, but upper highs and harmonics, it really kind of nicely rings and takes off. So it's almost like, if you would, almost like a double tracking. You know, your lows and then go up to the high and it starts ringing. So, well, enough of my one other feature before I give it over to Daryl. One button for flange, and it basically is tweaked up so that it really gives that ultimate shimmer for bass, but it still doesn't get in the way. And then especially with the crossover, it really cleans up. Bass is tight, the upper harmonics and the notes just kind of flange out. Very cool feature. So let's just start off with everything up in the middle. So Daryl, give us a listen. Bass Deluxe course also has constant headroom technology. What that basically is 9-volt battery steps up the internal voltage to 16 volts. Battery drops to 5, you still have 16 volts. Drops to 4, you still have 16 volts. It's a real consistent power supply, but with a lot of headroom. So a true hardwire bypass, which everybody loves too. So I'm really, really happy about this, and hopefully bass players will be happy with it too. Daryl, thanks, brother.
Thank you.
Brian, thanks for stopping by. Appreciate it. 2013 NAMM, JimDunlop.com. Check it out.